We're here. Alright. So, as I've been told, once I accept this, I'm going to lose my sprout icon, so let me take a picture with this. My sprout icon. Just for the memory. Me with my sprout icon. So we say goodbye to my sprout icon, and we graduate from Dark Knight to Paladin. Here we go. Alright, this is fun. Okay. So, Paladin, we talked to Alpha Node. Some weapon coffer. The next ship to sail. Oh boy, I'm excited. Here we go, Endwalker. Starting right now. Losby, do you have some time to talk? I'd like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation which we find ourselves. Oh, okay, just cutscene immediately. Ooh. I'm so excited. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in multiple locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. The Telophoroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents captured and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. It's music. Ooh, oh yeah, new music. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessings of the light seem able to resist being tempered, at least. But after what happened to Arenvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. While these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telophoroi, under the leadership of Fandaniel, and one other delightful fellow, Xenos Galvus, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital's probably seen the worst of it for a good while there. It saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, that has since changed in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by barking of cannons and cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with the nary words spoken did they labor to transform the place into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telophoroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I feared only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way in Charlian, I'm sure of it. Master Fortunal's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from Mistress Kryl. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limso Laminsa and board the next ship bound for Charlian. Ooh, right away? Alright. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldessian, come to assist with the Order's restoration. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. Ooh, this music. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course. We should probably set up. We should set up at once. They'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Off we go then. Ooh. New quest music. Alright. So you put us right in Limsa? No, it's not. We gotta go to Limsa. I just noticed. It's gone now. Sprout icon. There's nothing there anymore. So there it goes. It's gone. Alright. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage, and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlotte should be pulling into port soon, so please allow me to have all your luggage close at hand. Here we go. Oh boy, this is exciting. Also, yeah, thank you, Ollie McSly.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Glad to see you again. I recognized you from the Diamond Weapon stream on Monday. Glad to have you and glad to have you join me for this.
'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Everything's coming for full circle.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Tried to rob him immediately.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Put him thankward on the spot. Immediately.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
He can't catch a break.
Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Poor Tataru. Let's take her with us. I'll bring them back.
I'll hold you to that.
Alright, we made a promise to Tataru.
Ah, good. You're still here.
No shit, it's these guys.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
It's cool we're getting like to talk with these NPCs.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
And
Then
here we
we
go.
must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Alright. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that no NPC dies in the first quest of this expansion. Because I know in Shadowbringers there was like that merchant NPC you run into at the campfire and then he dies later on in the quest. So fingers crossed no random NPC dies at the beginning of the expansion.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
Oh boy. Alright, time for me to learn how to play Paladin. I haven't touched the job in a while, so it's gonna be rough for a little bit.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux.
Oh boy.
In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Oh boy. So who's our narrator? Is it Xenos? I think it is, because I know Shadowbringers, our narrator was Ardbert.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Oh, it's Emmett? Ooh. Also, hi, Navira. You made it just in time. We're just starting Endwalker. You've been lurking around? Ah, I see, I see. Ooh, wow.
Here.
Wow, it's just like the beginning. We've come full circle. We're literally at the beginning. This is how I started at Realm Reborn. I started in Limsa as my starting city. So it's just like we're leaving. Is there gonna be that merchant that talked to us?
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
They're sleeping, just like in the opening cutscene.
Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Oh boy. Alright. Oh shit. Is that like Hydaelyn that we saw just like a few minutes ago?
My voice yet reaches you.
It is, okay.
I am glad.
So we get to talk with Hydaelyn now. This is...
Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at
Holy
last.
shit.
My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now? Also, Sork Pleb, thank you for the follow.
After your sojourn in the First,
Welcome.
I believe you have your answer.
Small question. Since you followed, did you guys in chat hear the follow notification? That's one thing I've been concerned about since I fucked with some audio settings. No? Shit. Fuck. Alright, that's one thing I need to sort out. Alright, thank you. I'll try to figure that out off stream. Thank you, though.
You have gained an understanding of what I truly am. What Hydaelyn has always been. A primal.
Oh, yeah, right. She's a primal. So what's this gonna mean, though?
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
Wow.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Alright, later, Hydaelyn. So we're talking to her now, like, directly. This is cool.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Let's see. I'm excited. I'm excited to
Then
arrive.
let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally make it. I'll see you guys soon in Endgame, that's for sure. I'm so excited.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Charlian.
The music.
Oh, I see it.
Take a screenshot. There we go. I will be taking plenty of screenshots, trust me.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Oh, dude, I'm just so happy we have Estinian here to join us.
'Tis as Sir Estinian saith.
I miss him so much.
Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Charlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Oh, man. And what's up with the moon? It keeps showing us the moon. I'm assuming there's gonna be something big with the moon going on. Oh, there it is. Endwalker. The title. God. Oh man, this is so fun. So cool.
Charlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
Right, Idleshire, I know that.
How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
The northern empty, old Charlian. Oh man, we made it.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
Right. Paperwork.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
Okay.
Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way. as I recall. Shall we?
Alright, off we go. We made it! Old Charlian.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Graha Tyr of the Students of Baldassian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Okay, I guess they're not I guess they're not gonna announce their names.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
So it's like magic computer.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Oh yeah, about that.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These
That's
last two are not
just-
Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Yeah, me and Justinian.
Name and occupation?
Artisan champion of Eorzea. I'll go with champion. Silent protagonist.
And it is a title well earned, I can assure you.
Okay, Graha.
An adventurer by trade is what your documentation indicates. No mention of this particular title. Self-appointed, I take it? Either way, your employer seems willing to vouch for your character, so I shall, albeit reluctantly, grant you entry. Champion.
Hell yeah, alright. I'm the champion.
And you, sir?
And Justinian.
Justinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
He is a no. I was Krog gonna come here to
If you'll allow me.
cut him off.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Okay. Way to save his ass,
Mistress
Cryle.
Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Cryle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Alright, off we go.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this expansion a lot. I can tell. Oh man, here we are. We made it. We arrived. Looks like I'm not the only person here. Ah, alright, time to turn this quest in. But again, really quick, let me do one thing really quick. Since I know the notification, like the follow notification didn't play, I'm just gonna reset my sound settings to default really quick, and hopefully this should work. So give me just a second here. So I will do that, and I will do that. I will hide that, and do that. Okay, you can hear the game, right? Let me guys know if you can hear the game, and if someone just so happens to follow during the stream, I'll ask you guys again if you can hear that. Also, thank you for the welcome party. You know what? It feels good. It feels good to have a welcoming party now. Cause yeah, it's just, even if it's small, as long as there's some people here waiting for me, it's nice. So again, I don't know. Thanks guys for I don't know, meeting me here. Alright, let's just turn this quest in now. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Cool. Unfortunately, new to you. I like the music. Music's nice. I thought to launch directly into explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Masami and Estinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit, and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone your agendas so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene in the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? 'Tis a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Leveilleur estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I'm equally, untethered as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza, was it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. Those goblins, I saw some goblins back there. I, too, have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith by thy leave. Alright, later, Thancred. Oh, not Thancred, Urianger. Well, I guess they're all going. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh. Off he goes. Well, Raha, would you like to join us? Would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while. This would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you will have me. Come, Masumi. Charlian awaits. Alright. Exploration time. Look at those goblins over there. After you, my friend. I'm more than content to follow your lead. It is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side when I proceed with the quest objectives. Catch up to you so long as you remain in the same area. You can leave him behind, enter a different area. You may also speak with him. Okay. To part ways. Oh, that's sick. Okay, he's like an NPC follower. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Alright. If I can't talk to him? Oh, I can. Talk, part ways, nothing. What does he have to say? Don't forget Cryle. Alright, let me use this. There we go. Wow. So no longer a Sprout, and in 6.0. All set, then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the Last Stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Carl's now accompanying me. Okay. Alright, look at me. All these followers. Here we are, the Last Stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? Food is, it's bland, and as encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the Studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the Last Stand came to be, as it is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlian, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu, not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha, but surely Tatario has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that this perfectly functioning Aetheryte. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located at this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of Alec and Aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlian's largest marketplace. Okay. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop in our tours is one which has a particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. Must head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, and climb the stairs to the imposing building at the very top. Grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into a council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The visit put me in mind of my arrival to the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. Bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Okay, look at that view. That's a good view. Nice. Head down the stairs and to the east. Arrived at Journey's End, history tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Nyankrep built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and old Australian families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Leveilleur. All things considered, we probably should keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it was proven to be entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldessian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct. After you, Masumi. Okay. Where is that big house? Oh, this house, I'm assuming? Alright. As the joyous look on Raha's face undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you, then. Alright, in we go. Ooh, what's the music? I recognize this theme. Alright. If I remember right, this is... fuck, is it the Final Fantasy V theme or Final Fantasy IV theme? It's the Final Fantasy V theme. I recognize it. Okay. Ah, you are right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. Nice to see you again. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Masumi. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika? It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldessian. He oversees day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ejika. Oh yeah, Eureka. I have not touched Eureka. Almost at all. Oh yes, Eureka. I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to see what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Sharlayan. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores, The annex here is built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Yet it feels so empty, with so many lost to us. Our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telophoroi must fall, or fail. That door on the left is the main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begins in earnest. I'm just enjoying the old Final Fantasy music. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms, perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed, far more than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. Twas simply that we often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks, and thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you your chamber. Okay, so this is the inn, basically. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Okay, so this is our inn. Oh, in the main hall. Okay. In we go. Ooh, look at this. Wow. So this is probably our base of operations for the expansion. Look at all this stuff. That's cool. Feeling refreshed and alert, our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. There's a Justinian just chilling there. Alone.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois.
Okay.
Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
I wonder if we're gonna get to meet Galef. That'd be cool, because that is a Final Fantasy V character.
Same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldesion. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Okay, so it's not just Eorzea and Doma. It's everywhere. The entire world. Except here, maybe?
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Okay, new area again? Another new
Assuming we
area?
divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Okay, I guess we're going off in separate ways for now. Two different objectives.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
Yeah, what about Justinian? He's kind of just sitting
I
there.
passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
And me, right? Am I joining them, or are they going on their own?
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nidana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Oh, this is gonna be like the splitting quest line that every expansion has in the beginning. It might be. I think it might be. This might be the splitting quest line. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, I knew it. Splitting questline time. Whew, okay. Now that's where I get conflicted. I've been going on for a while, 3.5 hours. This feels like a really good spot to end for today. And I'm just, yeah, we got into Endwalker. We did a few quests. We got established with the area. That's good. I'm thinking we continue on Friday and go for a long time into this. So, how does that sound with you guys? What do you guys think? Call here today. This feels like a good spot to end, and then immediately on Friday we do these quest lines and see how far we can get. You know, I think I will call it 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's not the longest stream, but after what I pulled on Monday, I need a shorter stream. Just I do not want to go another 9 hours. So, I think this might be a good time to call it for today. We got into Endwalker, we got kind of established with Charlian. We know what we're doing next. It's a good spot to end. We can pick up tomorrow with these quest lines. So, we'll probably do this on Friday. Hopefully, get our first dungeon. I hope, and continue from there. So, that sounds like the plan. So again, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna end stream. I will say, thank you for everyone who came by today and joined me for this. People who are followed and aren't followed, either way, I appreciate you guys all just coming by and just joining me as I finish Shadowbringers and get into Endwalker. So, we witnessed a lot. We witnessed the end of Shadowbringers. We watched the trailer. I am no longer a Sprout. So, productive stream, I should say. So I think I can end it now. So, I'll say this. Thank you guys a lot for coming by and joining me today. I'll see you guys on Friday when we continue MSQ. And I should say, if you aren't followed, please feel free to follow. It's free, and I'm looking forward to having you guys join me on my journey through 6.0 and the patches to come. So, again, if you aren't followed, feel free to do it. And for those who are followed, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you guys all being here, all the chatters, lurkers, whatnot. I appreciate you all. So, hope you guys have a good day. If you want to support me, feel free to sub. You get some cool emotes. We're getting closer to unlocking more emotes, so that's always appreciated. But again, you don't have to do it. It's just if you want to support me while I do this. I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna send you guys off to a raid. Question is, who are we gonna raid? So give me a second to kind of take a look and see who's live right now.